Hello and welcome to the Even Stevens Ranked podcast, the podcast for all things Even Stevens and Shia LaBeouf today, because we are talking about the Honey Boy trailer, which was finally released. I'm Brittany Butler.
I'm Ethan Brim.
And yeah, wow. Okay, so this has been my most anticipated movie for probably over a year now.
Oh, yeah.
Because I looked it up and I think it first started leaking out that this was a thing and a potential script that was making the rounds like in 2017, I think.
Yeah.
And so ever since then, I've been really obviously interested in it. And I've been following the director, Alma, for so long now, probably, at least a year. And, following all of her stories on the set, to the editing, to everything, and just dying to see some sort of sliver of the finished product. And, and then suddenly she's like, hey, yeah, trailer's dropping this week. And I was like, whoa, finally. Yeah, I kind of can't believe that I have watched the trailer.
Yes, and I never thought in my lifetime that I would see a feature film, like a theatrical release, having anything to do with Even Stevens.
Oh, yeah.
But here it is. Mm-hmm. Coming out in a few months. Shia would be like the only guy to write his own biopic when he's only like 33 years old. Yeah.
I know, it's crazy. Like, you think about it, it's like, okay, he's 33. He's still alive. It's just like, it's
his
just
career
strange.
is just kind of like revitalizing, I feel like, lately. So
yeah,
it's just crazy. Yeah,
a political figure will get a biopic, or an athlete, or people
or
who have died, musicians, stuff like that.
That's probably part of the reason why maybe he chose to change the character names and stuff like that. Just so people don't see it as a biopic and they more so see it as just like a father-son tale.
Right. It's funny, though, because I was on Reddit and I was, in the movies subreddit, and someone posted the trailer and I was reading all the comments, and someone said that. They were like, no, this isn't really a biopic. The names have been changed and whatever. And someone responded to that comment and they said, okay, Lucas, in this scene, you're playing Schroeder Lafarge and you're on the set of Transmorphers.
Transmorphers.
Oh, I'm like, yeah, it's pretty transparent, like, what the overall idea is, but
such a specific upbringing, like, his dad was a rodeo clown or whatever, and then Shia was a child actor. It's just too specific to not be just straight up Shia LaBeouf biography.
Yeah.
I like Transmorphers, though.
That is wonderful. Oh, okay. So, this is really no laughing matter, though, okay? This trailer was no joke. First, initial thoughts, right? The first time I watched it, I wanted to get up right on time, so it was it came out 6 a.m. LA time, I think, but I'm in Boston, so that's like 9 a.m. my time. I wanted to wake up like right at 9, but I overslept and I didn't wake up until like 11. So I was like, oh, right. Oh, crap, the Honey Boy trailer's out. And that woke me up. So, watched the trailer, and at first I was just kind of taking everything in visually only. Like, I wasn't really listening to any of the dialogue that was going on. It was weird. Like, it was just kind of going in one ear and out the other. I wasn't really taking everything in. I was just sort of digesting all of the visuals. Because, like I said, I couldn't believe I was like finally watching the trailer, so I was like, oh my god, I gotta like keep my eyes peeled for everything. I was trying to find like all the references and all the nods, and because I'm watching the trailer as a Shia fan, but also an Even Stevens fan, and so I was really excited about the idea of what they were going to show or incorporate. So I was sort of just looking for all that stuff, and so that was just that first time I watched it, and then right after that I made the little parallel thing between Shia on Even Stevens and Noah Jupe in Honey Boy as Shia LaBeouf / Otis Lort playing Louis Stevens / whoever the fake character's name is going to be. And, so I did a little parallel side-by-side thing of a few different scenes that I caught that that were definite nods to Even Stevens episodes. And I did that real quick because I was like, oh man, I'm already like 2 hours late for this. I didn't wake up early enough. I got to get this going. I got to put out these parallels. So I did that. And it was actually really cool because Alma, the director, she retweeted it on Twitter and she was like, oh my God, I love this.
Oh, cool.
You know, I watched hours of Even Stevens trying to make sure we got this right, but still make it ours.
I want to know how she watched Even Stevens. Like, was it the same versions that I watched?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe she was able to contact Disney.
Probably.
And said, like, give us the masters. I want to watch the show or something. Yeah. Or she was on YouTube like so many other people.
The slowed down 2 hour long versions?
She, you know, following her stories and everything, she definitely had access to like a whole treasure trove of behind the scenes pictures and, you know,
so cool.
like yeah, I know, right? She had like a whole like vision board of pictures of young Shia and all this stuff, and a lot of them were from Even Stevens. One of them, like she posted, I think it's like an actual post on her Instagram or like just, you know, reference photos she had, and one of them was definitely like an unobstructed version of Lewis's picture day picture.
So cool.
Yeah, from Shutterbugged.
The shaved dog butt face one, or the
not the shaved dog butt face, but the one where Eileen was like, "Now, Lewis, you look very handsome in this picture." Is that one? Or it looks like an alternate take from that one though, but it's still that's what it was, and I was like, "Wow." I wonder what else she has. That's so cool. Anyway.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. But yeah, so she retweeted my little post I did, and our tweet kind of went viral. It has like 2,000 likes and like 500 retweets or something. And because Honey Boy was trending, so everyone was sort of looking into it. And I guess, I don't know, they found the tweet. But it's so funny how you can tweet something and the tweet will go viral, but no one follows you.
No one followed you after that?
I think we gained like 7 followers from a tweet that got 2,000 likes.
That sucks.
And probably like 100 like quoted tweets as well, like people quoting the tweet and adding their own thing, saying something. And these are people that are saying, I'm such a huge Even Stevens fan. I loved the show. I'm like, and you didn't follow us. Okay.
That's like when I post something on my blog. Like I post my blog on like Facebook or Twitter and it gets like 20 likes and I only get like 15 views so far. And I'm like, you guys all didn't read my blog. You just liked it.
Yeah, it's interesting. But I mean, I don't expect people to, but it's just funny. So, okay. So what were your initial thoughts?
I thought it was like surreal. I felt like
exactly.
Part of me felt like this was all we're going to get. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, this is too good to be true. Like what I'm watching, even just from the first shot of Lucas Hedges, like he does the like Shia, the no. I was like, yes, like that was the first thing you see. Seeing Shia play his dad, knowing that there's more to it than just a role for him at this time. Like he's gonna make sure. Well, first of all, he knows his dad more than almost anyone. On top of the fact Shia is an amazing actor, and he's gonna make sure that this role is spot on. So the thing I was thinking about the most is just I hope people finally realize like how good Shia is through this.
Oh yeah.
One of the like blurbs was LaBeouf is a revelation or something like that. It was already revealed to me and you obviously like years ago. Like we already know how amazing he is. Like I was just ecstatic, like preparing for like everyone to finally understand
what we all see.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, that was like the overall emotions that I was feeling, and like I was, you know, made me tear up a couple of times because just having something so beloved to me and to us, you know, and like my whole life, and just to see it represented not just by somebody but by the guy who lived through it.
Yes,
like so you know it's gonna get the proper respect that it deserves to. So it was cool.
Definitely, yeah. So that first time I watched it, it definitely exceeded my expectations because, I mean, it was kind of what I was expecting, but it was just the way it was presented was really emotional, which exceeded my expectations. Like, I knew it probably would be an emotional movie, but, you know, seeing the way they present something in a trailer is always really interesting. Seeing the direction they went with was really beautiful.
Yeah.
The second time I watched it, and then subsequently watched it a million more times to take notes and stuff, yeah, definitely cried. And, when I finally sat down and allowed myself to pay attention to the dialogue and take everything in, and same, for the same reasons that this is his life. Like, that's like the one thing I kept saying in my head as I was watching it, and it just really hit me to think about it. I was like, this is little Shia. Yeah. I was like, my first celebrity crush, and the kid who helped shape my sense of humor.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And this person who has brought me so much joy throughout my life. Mm-hmm. Watching him open this like painful and personal part of his past it's very conflicting, right? Like, you start to feel like, oh man, like, can I enjoy even Stevens anymore? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. It just, I mean, I know you can. Like, he said that
he holds it in a special place too. So
yeah. He's done recent interviews where he said, he has nothing but love for it, and he had a great time doing it, and all of that. I feel like it might be something they touch on in the movie, but I feel like he might have kept, being on set and offset in different places in his mind and different places in his heart, probably, where, he knows, okay, well, the times that I was actually on set with my friends, whatever, filming, having fun, like, that was good, but then other stuff maybe was not so good, offset, Yeah.
Oh, and I think you have to compartmentalize too when you have stuff like that happening, mm-hmm. especially if you're an artist. Like, a lot of times we see, I mean, most of the time, I think the art is some way of coping with it, whether it's an escape or therapeutic or whatever, or a way to just redirect it in general. We'll find out more when we watch the actual movie, but
that's pretty much all of my initial thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to jump into just, a few specific things that happened throughout the trailer. So first, opens with Lucas Hedges clearly on the set of Transmorphers. Transmorphers, he's going, no, which is perfect and very self-aware.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so great, too, because I ended up on that video that someone had edited years ago of just all the times Shia said nothing but no. I love
that video.
Oh, there's so many times. What's interesting, is that obviously the movie takes place in two timelines, 10 years apart. And so the Lucas Hedges timeline is 2005, which we see at the beginning of the trailer. So the young Shia or Otis stuff happens in 1995, which is interesting because that's definitely not the years of, in actuality.
They probably kind of messed with the timeline a little bit just for narrative's sake, but
because again, if it's not in 2007 and 1997 when he was shooting like the Even Stevens pilot, then that is too factual. We gotta change the dates.
Offset it by 2 years.
Yeah.
I like that it started with the song "I Wish" because that was like my favorite song at one point in my life, which is bizarre because I was literally obsessed with that song. Probably around.
It's a good song. Classic.
Probably around like 98, 99, like right before Even Stevens era. Good song. It was kind of a little bit random of a song, but for the context.
It worked, though.
Yeah, it worked. Yeah, it worked with the vibe, I think, too. So
I love that opening. So then it does like a really quick montage, which I'm assuming is like sort of supposed to be referencing some of Shia's older, more recent films. It looked like one thing could have been inspired by Lawless.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch that one.
Yeah, where he was like kind of dressed a little bit Southern.
I've seen it 3 times already. I mean, there's so much to it.
Because of course a lot of the stuff in this is quote unquote inspired by things, So there's one where he's holding a kid on his back.
Yeah.
And then someone was like, was that Holes carrying Hector Zeroni up the mountain? But he's in like a tube, which, whatever. Yeah. Again, He's in a tunnel. So again, who knows? Like when we see the Even Stevens stuff, they're clearly copying and pasting and picking and choosing from different things and sort of mashing them together to make it their own thing. So I'm sure that's what they're doing with some of the other stuff.
Yeah, there was a lot happening. It wasn't just like streamlined, but it was a lot. That it wasn't like a lot of dialogue either. It was.
So then it cuts to, so it's like this montage with I Wish, and it's kind of fun a little bit, and then bam, cuts to the car accident where Shia hurt or broke his hand, his arm, or whatever for a while there. That was in 2007, wasn't it?
That was before
2007, 2008.
No, not Dark Moon.
Revenge of the Fallen.
Revenge of the Fallen. Yeah, it was right before Revenge of the Fallen. So that came out in 2009, I think. So it had to have been later on there. It was during the shooting.
Yeah, and then they like wrote it into the movie that Sam had some, It
was super random too, because it's like they just land in this desert and then she's just like wrapping his arm. I'm like, that's the most ridiculous improv I've seen.
Yeah, so it cuts to that and it gets real serious and it says, a film by Alma Harrell or Harrell, I'm not sure how you say it, and written by Shia LaBeouf. And then, when it cuts to his arrest, which I'm sure is supposed to be referencing the event in Georgia.
Yeah.
Which, Shia felt was his rock bottom. I was shocked because I had been wondering if Lucas was going to attempt to do any sort of impression of Shia at all. Because, they're supposed to be different people. It's not Shia, it's Otis or whatever. But then he freaking spoke and my jaw dropped. It sounds so good. I mean, whoa. If someone can embody the person enough to really make you believe that they're them, then that's fine. And so as soon as he opened his mouth, what am I getting arrested for? Like, in the voice, I was like, okay, I'm sold. Like, I'm already sold.
That was killer, yeah.
The way they cut it together was so powerful. The way he's saying a lot of the stuff he said.
What am I being arrested for? What am I being arrested for, huh? You think you're hot because you don't know how good I am at what I do.
That made me really emotional, actually, because, it's this guy who's just going through his problems here. And it was something really powerful about seeing an Oscar-nominated actor portraying Shia LaBeouf in a movie
who doesn't even have an Oscar nomination.
Yeah, it was something about it. I was like, wow, this is making me really emotional right now.
Yeah,
and it cuts straight from that to young Shia, played by Noah Jupe, who's perfect. And he's getting a pie to the face, and it's in slow motion, and this little piano kicks in, and he goes flying backwards in clearly full Louis Stevens attire.
It was great.
And that's what makes me cry.
Yeah, I started tearing up at that too.
Yeah, the way you said you never thought you'd see a movie that has to do with Even Stevens at all, and it's like, wow, here we go. Like, it's like Inception in a way, or it's like, a thing within a thing within a thing. So you have Noah Jupe playing Shia LaBeouf playing Louis Stevens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really kind of cool, or like, Louis Stevens or whoever the TV character is going to be. Yeah. It's crazy. And so seeing that just made me so emotional again, because Noah Jupe is a great actor. And, just seeing these well-respected people playing a version of Shia being Louis and all this stuff, it is surreal. It's crazy. And, so I really started tearing up there.
It was also like it was validating something that I loved, and not just because when you adore something like how I adore Even Stevens, or how you do as well, sometimes you're just like, do I love this thing because it's just something that I grew up with, or something that I just connect with, or is it actually like deeper than that? Something that just, is intangible. Like, you don't know why you connect with it necessarily. You can't put a finger on it. And those types of things are the things that I think mean the most to us just as people. And so to have it validated on the big screen and have it be like an actual story behind it in a movie. I mean, obviously it's not about even Stevens, but
yeah,
in a way it is. I don't know. It was cool. I'm really excited to see this movie.
It was just something about the imagery in that scene, you know, seeing this kid clearly dressed up as Louis Stevens, okay?
Yeah, Hawaiian shirts and stuff.
Hawaiian shirt, the baggy pants, the white sneakers, everything. And he had Shia's mannerisms down when he was flying backwards. He was flailing and had like the legs and the arms moving the way Shia used to do on the show all the time. And I don't know, just seeing that and in slow motion, because if you slap slow motion on anything, I will cry. And so yeah, and then the voiceovers kick in during this, and you know, it's Shia talking to his young self as his father, which is also the most crazy thing.
I see you. Concentrate real hard. Be a 12-year-old. Pie fight. Ugh.
It's not a pie fight.
Think it through. What's your mother got a job for?
Just in case.
In case what?
I don't
In case
know.
you fail. In case it don't work out. Yes, man. She's filling your head full of fear. I pump you full of strength. Because we're on a team, and I know you got what it takes. You're a star, and I know it. That's why I'm here. I'm your cheerleader, honey boy.
And then they finally, you know, cut to Shia, and it's like, whoa, here he is, totally transformed, playing his father. Yeah. And it's just so powerful to see Shia basically talking to himself when he was a small child, you know, and telling him, you know, you're a star, I know it. It's just sort of, it's that idea of, you know, the father really pushing him.
Yeah.
But at the same time...
It's also like his own inner voice kind of maybe talking to himself. Like his own confidence maybe, you know? Mm-hmm.
It's very, it's so interesting.
Deep. It's super deep.
And then I did get choked up because we've been hearing this title for so long, Honey Boy, Honey Boy, Honey Boy, you know? They had said it was a nickname that he had, and I was like, that sounds like a really weird nickname. I can't, like, picture anyone really saying it. And so then when he said, I'm your cheerleader, Honey Boy, I was like, oh! Like, it all just sort of hit me after hearing the phrase and the title for so long. You know, we see clips of him as his father dressed up as a clown with the chickens, and again, that's exactly what Shia's father did.
Who do you think is going to be the bigger of the two performances as far as the Shia LaBeouf, Lucas Hedges, or Noah Jupe? Like, who do you think people are going to be talking about more?
I've heard everyone talking about Noah.
People get more impressed by like child actors doing really, really good jobs.
Yeah, one of the quotes in the trailer was one of the most powerful child actor performances I've ever seen or something. Yeah.
Do you know Shia's dad's name? Like his real name?
Jeffrey.
That's my dad's name.
Really? Oh my God.
I always thought that was cool.
Yeah, so the whole I'm your cheerleader, honey boy, and just the whole, again, the fact that it's written by Shia LaBeouf, so we know that this is coming straight from him. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But again, I'm looking at my notes, and I wrote this in all caps. I kept reiterating, this is a movie where this kid is playing a version of my favorite actor on my favorite show.
It's crazy.
And it is. It's just crazy.
It's unreal.
It's crazy.
Like I said, I never thought in a million years that this was going to happen.
No.
Yeah, and here it is.
Okay, so this is actually where my notes stopped because I was just getting too much in my head about it. I was like, okay, I don't want to like break this down so far that I can't even, you know. So I'm just pulling up the trailer now for reference. So after that's about halfway through the trailer. There's, you know, really quick glimpses, you know, clips here and there. One of them that was really powerful was when Noah is leaning on Shia's back while they're riding on the motorcycle, and he like hits his head to tell him like get off of me or whatever. It's just little things like that are really powerful. Putting things like that in the trailer, I think, shows that it's going to be a pretty nuanced thing, you know, having these little things in there that really drive a bigger point home, you know.
What was the pie from?
Oh, I thought that was just supposed to be like a wacky Even Stevens gag.
I want to say there's a story of when, like, I don't know, I heard something, I mean, over the years you read so many interviews, but I want to say I remember something about Shia talking about his dad hitting him in the face with a pie or something like that. And it was like years ago, and I thought maybe that was a reference to it.
But I mean, I don't know. When I did my little parallel thing, I just picked that part in Short Story where he got a pie in the face or a pudding or whatever in the face.
The curlers, or when he was in the robe, that was supposed to be Secret World of Girls, right?
Secret World of Girls, yep. So that was a nod to that, and then
him at the table with the glasses.
With the glasses and the fur coat. Like, the fur coat and the glasses is a nod to Battle of the Bands.
Yeah, Battle of the Bands, when he has the dream sequence.
Yes, but then sitting at that table with all the food and a butler, I think was supposed to be Gutter Queen.
Chives. Yeah.
Yep.
That's funny. The most random episode, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I was like, wow, they took reference from Gutter Queen? Okay. Yeah. She did a deep dive.
Yeah, that's a
to
really
take
deep
reference
cut
from
right
Gutter Queen.
At least she did Secret World of Girls, which is like a really big episode.
Interesting, too. The bathrobe that Noah is wearing in that scene where he has the curlers on and everything, or the wig with the curlers, is like a blue bathrobe with clouds on it. And Ren's bathrobe in that episode was blue with clouds on it.
Huh. Wait, which part was it?
In the trailer?
Yeah.
When he's filming the scene and he's going like, wah,
okay, yeah,
or whatever.
He has the stuff on, yeah.
Yeah, and he has the wig and the curlers and the bathrobe.
In Secret World of Girls, her robe has that?
Yep.
Whoa, that's cool.
I think she wore that one other time in the series too. But it's just interesting to me. I'm like, if that's a little detail they put in there, I'm like, that's really weird.
Yeah, I'm interested in like how they're gonna kind of not interpret, but
well, they are. It's reinterpretation.
Reinterpret,
sure.
I guess I should say the episodes, like how they're gonna portray them, I guess.
Yeah, and how Shia sees it.
Yeah.
You know, because he wrote it, like how he sees the show and like how to write these scenes that they're filming and the vibe and.
I'm gonna want to see the movie more than once. I have a feeling.
Oh, for sure.
Like right away.
Because I know we're gonna want to talk about it, and I'm gonna definitely see it once and then go back again with a notebook, and you know.
Yeah, that's so cool.
But yeah, there was something I noticed, very small detail there. And yeah, so then just a bunch of really quick clips of Noah and Shia in their hotel room together, like juggling, and then leaving the set of the show, and he like slams the door open.
Oh, yeah.
For Noah, and then he says, child labor laws.
Yeah. Do you think that was even Stevens, or do you think it was like a movie he was on?
Well, he's still in the bathrobe, so.
Oh, that's
Stevens. True. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure all of the child actor stuff is even Stevens. The original synopsis was Otis finds stardom on a TV show.
Okay.
Or whatever, so I'm pretty sure that's the whole thing. And that's when he lived in that hotel with his dad, was all three even Stevens.
Speaking of which, have you seen Breakfast with Einstein?
No one can find that.
I don't think you can find it anywhere.
He couldn't even find it.
Even Shia said it was in like
German.
Swedish or German, yeah.
Yeah, for all my movies, he was like, it was like a German dub, and we had to watch it like that.
That's like my that's like my number one most sought after movie.
Right?
Yeah,
it's
like,
impossible.
if I could find a copy of that'd be crazy. Anyone has a copy of Breakfast with Einstein, let us know.
Oh my God, the ice cream truck is back.
Oh, get me something.
Yeah, I'll mail it.
Hopefully it doesn't melt.
I'll mail it FedEx Express. FedEx Air.
Same day.
Yeah, so then it cuts to Noah and Shia in the hotel room again, just acting stupid, but like looking like they're motivating each other or something. And then FK Twigs and Noah in a laundromat. They're doing a little thumb war thing, and he's all smiling at her. Yeah, I don't know if this might be an added thing for the story. I don't know. I mean, who knows if this was a real thing that happened. She represents a real person. I don't know. But I had heard somewhere that she was supposed to be like a prostitute or something. But yeah, so there's that little scene with Noah and Twigs. Then like a group shot of a bunch of people at like a pool or a cookout or something. And it's later in the year, later in the timeline, because Lucas Hedges is there. Then we got Shia as the father looking real sad in the mirror. And then, then Noah with the butler and the glasses and the fur coat at this extravagant dinner. And then I feel like the extravagant dinner might be the Even Stevens movie as well.
Probably.
Because they're in front of a tropical backdrop.
Oh, it's indoors though, right?
It's indoors, but
still,
it's just like a painting. Yeah, it's like an island with palm trees and stuff. So maybe, again, it's like a whole, what's the word, amalgamation or whatever? Is that the, of just a bunch of different stuff rolled into one. And then more of Noah and Shia on the motorcycle. And then the scene where they're talking and Noah says, "You have good instincts." And he's like, "I got rodeo clown instincts. That's why I could never make it in Hollywood."
I love that line.
Yeah, but it's sad. And
it is sad, but...
Does Noah say, "You could if you started when I did"?
Huh.
It sounds like that's what he says.
Yeah.
I can't really tell.
You have good instincts.
I have good instincts?
Yeah, you
I got
have
rodeo
good
clown
instincts.
instincts, so I could never make it in Hollywood.
You could if you started when I did.
No, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's saying, because he's like, "That's why I could never make it in Hollywood. You could if you started when I did." I don't know. Then I like the shot that plays there where it says the quote, "the most moving child performance in years."
Yeah.
And it's of Noah putting on his headphones and he has a Discman and he's just like walking
awesome,
off
yeah.
of the Even Stevens set or something.
I thought it was cool all three performances have like really a lot of hype behind them.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then it cuts to what looks like Lucas Hedges meeting up with Shia after probably an extended period of time, maybe. It feels like, and Shia's coming out of wherever he is fully dressed as a clown, waving,
Yeah, that was
like
cool.
really awkwardly, and Lucas is just standing there kind of not shocked, but just sort of like, "There's my dad, oh God," This makes me emotional too. I don't know,
Yeah.
It's just the way it's filmed, the cinematography looks beautiful.
Yeah, it really looks cool. It almost has like a 3D quality to it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it feels like images are like popping.
Yeah.
The way it's
And
shot.
the color grading is really pretty.
The grading, the color grading is really cool.
I remember Alma posting about that. She was like, "We're doing the color grading and post-processing and all that stuff now." But yeah, the end quote starts to play as a voiceover where Shia says,
How do you think it feels to have my son paying me? How do you think that feels?
You wouldn't be here if I didn't pay you.
which is,
Yeah. It kind of has multiple meanings, I think, too.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, well, obviously we don't know exactly the context, but, he could be referring to, like it saved his life or...
Yeah, when my mom watched it, I think the first thing she thought was, "Oh, he'd be dead?"
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
If he wasn't paying him, he wouldn't be here literally on the earth. But then I realized, I think he means, you wouldn't be out here living with me, doing any of this for me if I wasn't paying you.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be out there trying to actually help him and do any of this if he wasn't getting something out of it.
That's true, yeah. Like, you wouldn't be here on set with me or caring about my career.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this movie is going to be extremely deep.
Oh, yeah.
And with a lot of layers.
And so I feel like, do you have any other thoughts on the trailer? That's that's the end of the trailer.
We covered it all, I think.
I think it looks amazing. I really do. I think it looks really good. And I watched a lot of Honey Boy reaction videos on YouTube. There's only a handful up there right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure more will come in the following days, the more people hear about it. I like watching reaction videos for certain things just to see how other people perceive it and how other people take it in and what they have to say. And across the board, everyone is saying, "Wow, that looks really good." And it makes me emotional too. There are a few people up there who, say, "Yeah, I'm a big Shia fan all the way back since Even Stevens and everything." And so they're watching the trailer, and as soon as Noah gets hit with the pie and whatever, they're like, "Oh man, Louis Stevens," or whatever. And I'm like, oh, like it's this thing where it means something for all of us that grew up with that too.
Mm-hmm.
We've already touched on that, but I'm just thinking outside of myself.
Yeah.
That there's a lot of other people out there that are going to be hit with the nostalgia of that, because there are people who aren't like us and, are super, super, super into Even Stevens, who maybe haven't seen it in years.
I was going to say that too. Like, it's not an extremely accessible show.
Oh, yeah, no.
Obviously, in November, we're going to have access to it, which is cool. And I think it's coming at a perfect time because I think this movie comes out in November too. So
yeah,
I think that's kind of fun and going to be interesting to see.
It'll be perfect because people will see the movie and then they'll be able to revisit Even Stevens. And it will go hand in hand. So that's another reason why I'm saying we got to get on our podcast more here, because Even Stevens about to be back on the map probably for a while.
I hope so.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, so I was thinking of how it will be for, those people who haven't seen Even Stevens in years, and suddenly they're seeing this imagery of this kid totally dressed like Louis Stevens and doing all of this. Like, for us, it's emotional because it's such a big part of our lives. But for other people, it'll probably be emotional because of they're being smacked in the face with this part of their childhood for the first time in a long time.
They might not realize how much it meant to them or realize how much of a part it was, because not everyone's as nostalgic as us.
No.
So I think when people are faced with things that they lived through in their childhood, I think that nostalgia will surface itself and they'll realize how much they missed it, and hopefully revisit the show again because it's going to be available then.
And speaking of that, since this is sort of a bonus episode anyway, I feel like we should probably get some Wombat News stuff out of the way.
The Wombat News.
This is our first episode back, me and you, in a long time, since May 11th, I think. Yeah, just sort of catch up with some stuff that's happened while we've been away, because stuff has happened as far as, Even Stevens sort of getting a little bit more traction out there. The first of which is Christy started her YouTube channel, Christy's Kitchen Throwback, where she, is having a bunch of guest stars on her show with her from the 90s and early 2000s, other, celebrities and actors and stuff. So her newest one was Drake Bell, which is crazy.
Yeah, that was a really good one too.
Yeah. I know, because everyone loves Drake and Josh these days on the internet, so that was a big thing. But of course, the really big thing that relates to our podcast that she did was she recreated We Went to the Moon in 1969 with appearances from Lauren Frost, who plays Ruby, and George Anthony Bell, who plays Principal Wexler, and they're both back, and it was way more heartwarming than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, they re-recorded it too.
Oh yeah, they re-recorded it. Yep, it was a new recording. They put a lot of hard work into that, and even down to the green screen sequence on the bridge of the song.
That was great.
Which is great, and but yeah, I was way more emotional than I thought I was going to be when it cuts to Wexler sitting there in her kitchen taking a sip of coffee and just looking at her. I was like, oh my god, this is so good. And then he's over there standing with the science medal and doing his little Principal Wexler movements that, we haven't seen in years.
Yeah, that was great.
New content of him doing that in years in character.
Is this canon?
I know, right? Because that's technically new Even Stevens content in a way, seeing these three cast members back together doing this scene again.
Christy's videos are really funny, I think.
Oh yeah, they're great, and yeah, she clearly has a good team of people filming it and editing it.
The editing is really
well.
like smart and really witty too.
And quick, which is good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Another piece of news: Shia, in one of his many interviews that he did for the Peanut Butter Falcon, E.T. had asked him,
Even Stevens. Did you ever think about bringing that back?
No.
No, you're just closed chapter.
No,
really?
I mean,
why?
Yeah, I mean, I love doing it. It was a lot of fun, but no, I haven't thought about that.
which I'm not surprised, but he still, he didn't, it wasn't like he hates it or anything, which, we know. She was just like, have you ever thought about bringing that back? Which is an interesting way to word it.
Have you ever thought about it? Yeah.
Yeah, have you ever thought about it? So him saying no, it's like, no, I haven't thought about it, but it doesn't mean Yeah. So I'm like, still kind of interesting. I mean, not saying that, he's going to bring it back or anything, but he didn't flat out say, this will never happen. That's
the thing, too, about, like, these Shia LaBeouf movies that are coming out, upcoming. there's going to be a lot more Shia interviews, which I'm always down for. Because I think he's like my favorite interviewer because he gives really good interviews. But yeah, I'm excited about all the new content we're going to be getting to. It's going to be cool.
Oh, for sure. I'm hoping, to see him loosen up in his interviews a little more now.
Yeah.
Because he used to be so funny in his interviews.
He was really funny.
When he goes off on tangents telling stories and stuff. So funny. Like, he might as well be doing stand-up. Like, it's so good.
His Letterman interviews were really great, I remember.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like his early stuff on Kimmel. Man, he's got some good stuff.
So good. The E.T. interview was also fun because they had him react to his first red carpet interview with E.T. and it was for Holes.
Oh, that's cool.
It was so fun. He was so funny. And he just has his head down the whole time, covering his mouth and laughing at it. Oh, man, it was just so funny the way he's like...
This is like your first movie. I didn't know.
Yeah, it's like my first premiere ever.
This is your first red carpet?
Yeah, it's like the first time, man. It's the first time. I'm like a rookie to this.
What have you been feeling all day?
Nervousness.
Are you ready for the fame?
No, I'm not ready for nothing, dude. I'm 16. I live right over there. So this is kind of crazy, but yeah, I hope I get used to it.
He's just so naturally funny, and everyone was laughing when he said that in the video, and he's laughing, and I'm like, it was so good.
I just love watching his old the behind the scenes footage stuff on DVD special features and stuff. The one I think you might have found this somewhere. Or maybe it was for Project Greenlight. Well, he's on a couch with his mom.
Okay.
And they're interviewing him. It's just so funny.
Oh, yeah. That's for Dumb and Dumberer.
Oh, maybe it's Dumb and Dumber, yeah.
Yeah. No, but there was also one from Project Greenlight, which I absolutely love.
Oh, yeah. You have it. You have the Project Greenlight, right?
Yes, I have it on DVD. One, yeah. I watch it all the time. Whenever I get in my feelings about how talented Shia is, I take that out and watch his audition process episode and all of that. Oh, it's so good. And he was still new to the game at this point.
I think Holes came out first.
They were going to have problems booking him for the role because he had Holes promo to do.
Yeah.
So that was something. But no, yeah, there's another thing that I love. I posted this on my personal Tumblr, and my caption was just "protect him" or something, because he's talking about his dad, and he's like, "Oh yeah, my dad's a lot like the dad in the movie."
The family in the story and the family that I have are almost like the same family. My mom's an artist hippie. My dad, he's not a crackhead, but he's been down that line. My father's a lot like Kelly's father.
Like Abe.
Yeah. So.
How's your relationship with him?
Really good, really good. He's off drugs. He's an Alcoholics Anonymous. He's a good guy. Oh crap! I shouldn't have said that. Jesus, Anonymous.
That's so good. Oh man, he was so quick,
so
off the cuff too. Yes. Shia's hilarious.
It's so good.
What you were saying? He's gonna be in a comedy movie, right?
Yes, he's doing a movie with Mel Gibson that's described as a black comedy or a dark comedy.
Is there a title for it yet?
Yeah. So the movie with Mel Gibson is called Rothschild.
Yeah, that's right, Rothschild.
The description of Shia's character in that movie, it sounds tailor-made for Shia, or at least the Shia we grew up knowing. That Shia's character is a charismatic outcast who's trying to make his way back into his rich family, get back into their good graces. And so I was like, charismatic outcast, that sort of sounds familiar.
That's perfect.
That's Louis Stevens, I would say, is a charismatic outcast.
His most prolific charismatic outcast.
Yeah, who's an outsider in his family trying to
that's awesome.
Get back into their good graces or something. And the fact that it's a, quote, dark comedy. It has the word comedy in it, and that's all I care about. I'm like, okay, Shia LaBeouf, comedy, I don't even care. It's just, I see those two words together.
Peanut Butter Falcon seems like it's going to be somewhat of a comedy. I don't know if you've seen the trailer for it
yes,
yet,
yes, of course.
I was laughing in the trailer. It looks really funny.
That one part where he's like, what's rule number 1? Or whatever. He's like, party? No, it's not party.
He plays kind of like the straight man. I don't know. I just think it's going to be good. I think Peanut Butter Falcon is going to be towards the top of my Shia LaBeouf movie list, I think, which we should do an episode on as well.
What else? Well, actually, Christy was also on E! News. She started opening up about her past struggles as well.
Really? I didn't see this one.
Yeah, I posted it on the subreddit. She did a whole interview with E! News talking about how she did a lot of drinking and going to bars and just trying to escape and stuff after Even Stevens wrapped, I think. When you go from child actor to, you know, that transition to adulthood and feeling lonely and that sort of stuff. You know, she kind of opened up about all that, which was also kind of sad to know.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, wow, okay, so between Shia and Christy, you know, Ren and Lewis, there was both some stuff going on.
Yeah.
But it's still really nice. They asked her that if she could do a do-over, would she change anything or whatever, and she said no, because at the end of the day, she still had a lot of fun. And so I feel like Shia would probably be in the same boat.
That, and it gets you to where you're at now, right? So
yeah,
you never know. It's like the butterfly effect. You change one little thing and your life's going to be completely different.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
E! News is definitely sitting on a treasure trove of behind-the-scenes footage of the Even Stevens movie or something that they're hoarding.
How do you know?
And not releasing, because when she starts talking about, you know, Even Stevens and working with Shia, it cuts to behind-the-scenes footage I've never seen before.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And they show like 5 seconds of it. And I'm like, okay, E! News, release the rest, please, thanks.
Yeah, like they're just keeping it for a rainy day or what?
It's, they have that, and Lord knows what else. I mean, I wonder if they were ever on the set of the show for anything, and who knows. Oh yeah, there was one other thing that happened earlier. Back late May, so yeah, definitely after our last episode that we did together, was we had talked a little bit before about how the crew that worked on Honey Boy, a lot of them also worked on Even Stevens, and one of them brought the Hawaiian shirt that Shia wore in Close Encounters back for him. But it's seeming as though he's added the shirt to his wardrobe because he was seen out and about wearing the shirt.
Oh yeah, that's right.
In paparazzi photos.
That's cool.
It was amazing because he's out walking around in this shirt that he wore as Louis Stevens years ago, and he has his curly hair back and he's walking around, and I'm like, what's happening right now?
Yeah, I wonder if Kanye raided that from his closet too.
Oh, this is post Kanye.
Oh, it's post Kanye. All right, that's good.
Post Kanye. But yeah, I think that's interesting because obviously when he puts it on to wear it, he must think, yeah, this is that shirt from Even Stevens, and I'm wearing it. Like, seriously, as part of my wardrobe.
Shia doesn't ever stray away from irony, so.
No, but it's just awesome.
Which is why the hope of some sort of Even Stevens reunion is still, I think, alive.
You can't count it out.
No, you can't count anything out with Shia.
Nope. I think that's everything.
Oh, it's gotta be.
Yeah. That's got to be everything.
It's got to be everything. And if it's not, we'll tell you next time.
Yeah. So we got a lot of stuff to look forward to in the Even Stevens world, I'd say.
And in the Shia LaBeouf world.
And in the Shia world, of course. And with Christy's channel, who knows who else will make an appearance on there.
Yeah.
Super cool. It's a really fun thing that she's decided to do with that.
Yeah.
I really commend her for that. You know, it's really cool to be like, well, what can I do with my platform and my past and this audience that I still have following me. You know, she has like 500,000 on Instagram or something, you know, so it's like, what can I do with this to, you know, keep something going? And she's like, well, I love to cook and I know all these people, so why don't I do a throwback thing? Because nostalgia is in still, so it's a really smart idea.
Well, because all the episodes, the food that they cook is kind of like a reference to the show. Mm-hmm. So I think it's like
if at all possible.
yeah, they stretch it a little bit, but yeah, the Stephen Anthony Lawrence one is going to be like bacon themed, I'm sure.
Yeah, bacon. It has to be bacon themed. Something with bacon.
I typed in they should do a gooey gobbler.
Oh, but I mean, there's not much.
I know that was like there's only like 3 ingredients, but still.
I saw people say if she ever collabs with Shia, which would be the end of the world as we know it. Yeah. Everything would implode. My life would implode if we had Ren and Lewis cooking together.
Yeah, they haven't been seen together in 15 years.
Yeah, insane. That would be amazing. But yeah, people were saying that they need to make the King sloppy.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. A massive burger.
Just a giant burger.
Trying to think of other foods from Even Stevens.
Duck.
Yeah, canard.
The
like Fruit Loop marshmallow things or whatever that was.
Wait, what?
Remember like when Shia's making the Chef Pierre?
Oh, yeah. The head of lettuce with a smiley face on it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of something else.
Oh.
Yeah, there's some good ones, though.
But hey, what did I tell you, Ethan, when she asked Drake Bell what his favorite episode was? He said he was stuck in a mattress store.
I know.
So did you watch Disney Channel growing up?
I did. I was actually, Even Stevens was one of my favorite shows growing
Was it
up.
really?
Yeah.
What was your favorite episode?
He was trapped in like a mattress store or something, or he was like behind a window.
Because Easy Way was memorable. It was memorable.
It is memorable. I just think Scrub Day is more memorable. That's all.
Well, if it was more memorable, then he would have said Scrub Day.
Okay, it's not more memorable to him, I guess.
And a lot of people, according to that Instagram poll.
Oh, you did one?
Yes, I did one, and Easy Way won.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't see it.
It was a while ago. After we had done that episode and we had that argument, I was like, okay, let me settle this. Let me ask everyone.
That's funny.
I just did it as like the two most iconic moments from the episode. So like the vat of Sloppy Joe, which I think is really memorable.
Yeah, that too.
Just on its own, I think that's really memorable versus the Devil Bed. And Devil Bed won 62-38. So
they're just wrong.
Well, what can you say? So I think that's everything we want to say about the Honey Boy trailer. Any news that's been going on?
Longest reaction video ever.
Longest review for a 2-minute trailer, like a 2-minute 30 trailer.
Yeah.
Can't even imagine what our actual Honey Boy episode would be like. It would be like 5 hours long. Oh, God.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, that'll be an experience. So, yeah, be sure to follow us on all of the socials, of course, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, the website, evenstevensrank.com. Yeah, please feel free to go over to the website and comment under all of the articles for, well, not all of them, but,
please comment under each article.
Comment on every single article. We demand it. No. Just, I have my whole personal list up there. There's an article for every episode, which, I've mentioned before. I kind of want it to serve as a place for episode discussion. So please feel free to go over there, do that. Join the subreddit, of course. Let's get that even more hopping, get that going. And yeah, leave us a voicemail. Please leave us a voicemail. That'll be so freaking cool. I want to open all of our episodes with either a nice email we get or a nice comment or a voicemail. I really do want to sort of have us check our voicemail at the beginning of an episode, and have the little beep and play a message from whoever called in or whatever. I feel like that could be really fun if any of you guys have thoughts on any episodes or you just want to say hi or something. Yeah, I don't know.
You can write us a letter. Our address is, what is it?
I know, right? Our P.O. box is blah, blah, blah. That's about it for us today, guys. So thanks so much for listening. We'll see you next time.
See ya.